Hi, I'm Dan Plord. I'm the CEO of Intelli, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about healthcare integration, why it should be important to you, and some solutions to support that. So healthcare integration is this concept of connecting different healthcare and software applications within a healthcare organization and a healthcare ecosystem so that they share data and information seamlessly. A healthcare integration platform as a service provides a solution in the infrastructure to connect those different applications very easily without having to develop your own solution around integration and interfaces. So we think a little bit about the history of healthcare software. In the last 20 years or so, there's been a couple different phases. The first was this adoption phase where everybody moved into an electronic medical record system. So the primary purpose of that was really just storing patient information related to visit. After everything was digitalized, you kind of see this adoption of a growth phase where there's new solutions that add value to provide better patient care, improve outcomes, provide better experiences for patients and providers. And all those solutions need to interact with the EMR. Now we're in more of a mature phase where people now want to have some say in the care and their experience. In some cases, patients or providers may even want to choose which software solutions they use. Those solutions may not all be integrated within the EMR. So because there are so many of those solutions out there in the market today and the demand for those solutions is so high, the demand for integrating all of those solutions together so they provide a seamless experience is also very high. So if you look at other regulated industries like healthcare, right, banking and finance being a primary example, it's obviously more transactional, but it's highly regulated. All the data is protected. But there is this view that, I own my financial data. I can easily pull my statements. I can send and receive money, even though the bank really does truly own your information. So you see all these products pop up that make it really easy for other companies and products to integrate their customers' financial data. Plaid and Stripe, where you can integrate, pulling bank information into your application, sharing bank information with another application, very easy infrastructure to process payments and credit cards. And then you have consumer applications like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, and a number of others. So at any given time, I could choose which application I'm using to share and send money and financial information to somebody else. And other software developers can use those infrastructure solutions to embed those capabilities inside their platform to make for a better customer experience. So we look at healthcare. Healthcare is a regulated industry as well. And this notion of owning your patient data is forthcoming, but it isn't quite there yet. Right? So if another application, wants your healthcare data, how do you provide it? Right? So there is some semblance of that with Apple Health today, but it's pretty clunky. Right? So you really want this to operate behind the scenes where software developers can use a platform and a piece of infrastructure, right, to embed that capability within their application so that it doesn't, affect an end user experience. It's just operating behind the scenes. Nobody has to really think about it. It's automated. So to give you an example of why this infrastructure is important, let me walk through a real life scenario. You go to a new provider. The new provider wants to retrieve your medical records from your previous provider. That can take weeks sometimes, right? It involves phone calls and faxes, and you don't have the ability to directly just share your healthcare information with your new provider. So imagine if you, in the financial industry, you applied for a mortgage and the mortgage company said, well, let me get in contact with your bank. We'll get all your financial records and make sure the mortgage checks out. You'll be good to go. That delay could take, weeks. It could delay you getting a house. One of the great things about, that type of regulated industry is there's infrastructure where you can log in, you can pull your information, and you can share it with somebody. There are still some manual processes, but there is more notion of you owning your data. So as that trend continues to shift in healthcare, it's very important to consider, how you are implementing infrastructure that allows you to share data and share healthcare data and create these seamless user experiences between different applications. Whether that's for providers, for patients, for life sciences companies, it all kind of converges on this notion that you can share and communicate effectively between software applications. So for software developers and product organizations, it's very important that you're ahead of this. You think about how you can implement this capability within your infrastructure and ecosystem. your tech stack, if you will. Healthcare integration platforms, are a great example of how you can purchase something that provides this capability and allows you to embed it within your application. It alleviates the responsibility of having to develop those capabilities in-house natively by yourself. If you want to have a conversation around healthcare integration services and integration capabilities, Intelli's always here to help. Myself or a member of my team is happy to have a conversation anytime. Thanks for watching today. My name is Dan, and I'll see you on the next one.